Guys, welcome back to DeFi, degens, drip, and farm for poverty. Where on this channel, our vision is to empower the impoverished by helping you find financial freedom through crypto assets. Please subscribe and leave a comment and a thumbs up. Hey guys, welcome back. DeFi, degens, drip, and farm for poverty. So today we're going to be doing the airdrop. Going to also be reviewing some of the messages from Forex. I didn't go over all of them in my last walk and talk video, and the Binance Smart Chain post on Telegram that they had reference his messages. So I decided I'm going to change this. So I was doing 5 drip to all wallets with less than 20 total. Sorry, I'm changing this on the fly, but there's 34, I think 32, and if I do 5 drip, I even put 5.8. That's literally 0.1 drip per person, 0.18. At $10, that's like, what is, I don't know, $2, something like that. I don't feel like doing the math. $1, $2, something like that. And I got to pay the gas, so it's not worth it. And it takes way too long on the ledger to confirm every single one of these. So instead, I'm going to be running the lucky wheel spin for these. So going to take numbers 1 through 37 and going to spin this. So let's give that a shot. And if they have less than 20, then they'll get it. So 17, 23, and 3. And then I'll let these run in the background. 17, let's first uncheck all these. 17 is eligible. I think the other one was 3. And 23. Yes. So all of you will receive 1.94, so that's a better airdrop. So I'm not even gonna, I know for my upcoming videos and airdrops, I was gonna be doing large amounts, but it takes way too long on the ledger, and it's not enough drip to make you guys, you know, appreciate it. Like if I had 100 dripping out between 20 people, yeah, that'd be a big difference. But right now with 5, it's not worth it. So just going with 3. All right, I'm gonna let that run in the background while we get into the messages from Forex. So let's click send on that and get into the messages in Telegram. So I copied them all over to my Telegram because it's easier to read them all from one location. There's going to be a little bit of context loss because he's having conversations with people, but you'll get the idea and understand what's going on. So let's scroll up here. This was from Saturday. So some of them are already covered, but others I didn't cover yet. Let me confirm this. Confirm. So he said the Piggy Bank game has 20 plus characters, many abilities, many items which affect user abilities, XP points that can increase character skills, daily raffles to win items. It's super based. Don't know what that actually means, but it sounds like whatever this game is, it was quite the game that he's bringing into the project. He said something about the hacker game previously, and somebody had already designed this, so he's just bringing it into the Piggy Bank. Very excited about it. We're constantly thinking about the next big thing for drip, and when it hits, it will be big because early whales are getting maxed out every day, and the user base continues to grow every day. So that's also one thing I'll highlight in here is, yeah, whales are getting maxed out, but the whales are not leaving the system. That's the smart thing about what he created. So these whales see that drip is still paying them, and they're not going anywhere else. Yeah, they're taking a few profits here and there and gambling on other platforms, but it's still early enough for others to be whales within the next year. As drip continues to grow with user base and more people understand how to play the game, then it's going to be very hard to become a whale with a little bit of capital like is available now. Because once you get to like 10,000 drip, you can start a second account and start airdropping and build that account up relatively quickly. So that is, in my opinion, a feature, not a bug, because that keeps the money in the system, but it basically means that only a few will be able to really reap the benefits. Everybody will still be able to make money. The system's not broken, but if you're trying to make millionaire status in less than 2 years, now is going to be your only opportunity. All right, where do we go? Let's see. Next up, we're constantly thinking. I have an interview with BSC News today. They are writing an article about our project. I believe, because right after this, in the drip chat, he said BSC News said they were buying drip, and we saw a $75,000 buy around this same time. That was here in the chart. That was on the native DEX. So I believe this was actually around the same time. Could be BSC, could be other people buying in, but there was a huge buy, and then we had the traditional sell-off. So whoever he talked to at BSC, the fact that they were aware of our project and saw it is really good news. And they also had a tweet about it here on, what day is this? June at 12:30 a.m. It's a weird time. And showed us as one of the top gainers on the Binance Smart Chain. So that's huge. We're number one. That's just drip. So that's not the whole ecosystem, guys. This is just drip. The only thing that hasn't been broken since the animal farm got paused. So let that sink in, that he's talking to people on Binance about drip and about its use case and all the other things coming up. And as these come online and this starts trending even more, I mean, you already see 175 retweets on this. The drip community is very active, bullish, and then that will show other people sitting on the sidelines that aren't aware of these projects, like, yo, what is that? What's this chart? What is this thing I'm seeing on BSC News or on CoinGecko? It's like up when everything else is down. Blah 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 blah. This is gonna be crazy, guys. Like, this is your opportunity. I don't know how else to explain it to you. Sometimes here we go. But the game is like, oh, so he's talking about the game again. Did I already skip this? Yeah, sorry. Gotta scroll back up. Very excited about it. Constantly thinking about next big thing interview. I'm grinding right now behind the scenes, so we have everything wrapped up by the end of next week. So this is coming up this week. So end of next week means he wants to have everything done by this week, the 13th through the 18th. So if you remember, previously he said by Monday the farm UI would be done, and then once that's done, that's when he'll figure out the dog vesting. So I believe when he says everything, he's meaning having the dog vesting idea done by the end of this week as well. I still pushed everything out to the 30th, so we will see. I am hoping he finishes this before the 30th, because I want to see the drip price stay above double digits when things come online. But if there's nowhere to put capital, that's going to continue to drain. It's just the way it is. Also, a ton of work being done on building the team. We hired a third dev who has already started working on the Pigpen game. I don't know what that means. So he's got more than 3 devs. He's got BB and he's got the name of the guy from Certic. Maybe he means the third dev not counting himself and not counting whoever designed the game. But either way, it doesn't matter. I have no idea how many people totally on the team. But this just shows you that he is expanding and looking at filling the gaps in his skill sets so that he can focus on the vision. He's a very well-known and respected dev in the space, working out the CMO situation. So that's like another sentence, separate topic, I guess. So hiring a dev and still working on the chief management officer. That's awesome. Marketing officer, sorry. They made a proposal. We have a meeting to tighten it up and agree on terms. So it sounds like they're in the final negotiation space. So any officer, doesn't matter. He mentioned this one's supposed to be like a really big one, a lot of skills, but anyone that can help Forex just get things buttoned up and handle the marketing side is super huge for the development of the space. He's taking the ecosystem he's building and looking at it now as an actual company, and that's what's necessary. You can't continue to do everything the way it used to be in DeFi and just, a couple of YouTubers shouting you out and things go well. Once you start with 100,000 users, that's 100,000 employees that, are basically working for you. So we all work essentially for Forex and his vision. It's like if you had joined Apple and decided to work under Apple. When you talk about the Apple product to your friends and family, they're going to be asking you what you know about it, what's so good about it, why it's the next best thing, or yada, yada, yada. You're an employee. So we all have a stake in this company because Forex has written his contracts so that these products that we are utilizing, we own parts of them. So you got to start thinking of yourself as a little employee with a little mini business, and your drip and your pigs and your dogs. These are employees of yours underneath your business, because you can build teams and you can make websites, you can make media. So you really need to start looking at this ecosystem, the way he's building it, so that you can start kind of understanding that it's not just playing a game in here if you're looking at making some serious wealth long term. Yeah, it starts off as a gamble if you don't do your own research, but once you understand what he's put together you'll see how big this ecosystem actually is. All right, next. So on Monday, we should have essentially everything for version 2 built. What we then have left to do is decide how we will handle the dogs crediting. So that's what I just literally said. Likely, we will come up with a new product to do it because I don't want to add vesting to the Master Chef contracts, and crediting to the Master Chef contracts with no vesting would not be good. So if you're not familiar with what that means, what he's saying, let's bring up the animalfarm.app, adding another contract. So that means he won't be changing the Master Chef contract. The Master Chef contracts are the father or grandfather contract basically that's tied to how it interacts also with PancakeSwap. So he's not changing any of that because that's what they just updated with version 2. But what he wants is something like he did here with Pig's Credit. So he wants something where the dogs come in and there's a place for you to send them to without being able to dump them directly on the market. I believe that's what the dog roulette game and all that's supposed to do, but he wants to build a contract that supports that and not build it into the existing contract of the Master Chef. So that's why he's calling it a product, sorry, not a contract, product. So you can think of it like Pig's Credit was a product. It was a feature built on top of the pig pen that you could send your pigs to. Best team manager crowd should not be good. We have a handful of really good ideas, and on Monday we will decide which one to go with. So that's good. That means they've already discussed it and they don't have to do any digging. They're just trying to vote, I guess you could say, on which one will be the best. And then spend the week making it happen. Then we need to wire up a few things. So based on that, sounds like it's still going to be a while. So this week he's going to spend on deciding on the vesting. Then he needs to wire things up. Maybe that's another week. So again, maybe we're still launching by the end of the month. I have no idea. Likely the way we credit dogs means there will be no dogs or pigs in the farms and pools. So essentially the farm will start fresh, which is very bullish because it gives everyone the opportunity to get in at the ground floor. So same thing he did with the pigs. The pig pen game will likely come a week or two after the farm goes live, if not from day one. So this is interesting. So if he wants to have the pig pen game launch at the same time, I hope he doesn't try to delay things so that it does. Hopefully his management officer, chief marketing officer, will tell him that, it's better marketing to have something already going because the people are waiting anxiously for the past 4 months. So they can put the pig game separate and have some bullish events like every 2 weeks going forward, which is what he mentioned earlier with the lottery tickets and stuff, and basically having announcements like almost every week or two about the development of the ecosystem. I also want to take some time to do heavy paid and community promotion when all the development is done, but before we go live to really kick this off right, so consider that in the timeline. So it sounds like he's trying to let us know that there's still a lot of time that we have to add to his forecast. So if I read through this and read between the lines, the pig pen game will come a week or two after the farm goes live, if not from day one. Knowing Forex, he might try to make it go with day one. Then he mentions this, the development is done, but we want go live to really kick this off. So he wants to have the marketing promotion. He's very big on having like a week of promotion. So we don't really know. All you can do is speculate, but reading this now, I might even end up saying that this 30th isn't going to happen. Thought it would, but I have no idea. And then there's a 4th of July holiday in the U.S., so if things go that far out, who knows, he may push it even further. I pray to God not, but this sounds like more delays in my opinion. I hope I am wrong, but just reading between the lines here about 1 week for the dog credit investing, and then about this game that he says he could do without having it launch on day one, but knowing Forex, I think he would try to have them together. So I'm just looking at the worst case scenario. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see what he says in a day or two. We're being very productive right now, and we all want to get it done ASAP. We are making sure it's done right and with proper promotion. There you go again. So the promotion thing he's big on. So yeah, expect at least a week delay for that. It's going to give us a chance to see what the CMO can do for us. So maybe he hands us all over to the CMO and says, hey, everything's done. Market this on your behalf, and that way he doesn't do it, and then we don't have to wait so long. That would be good. but that means the CMO has to be hired and that negotiation be confirmed. So we will see. And then somebody asked him about the game, so we went into more detail. The Piggy Bank game will be great for promotion because some of these sites do not want to promote passive income because of all the scams in the space, but they all promote games. So this gives him a chance to connect with other marketing areas within DeFi, because the Piggy game is a game on its own, even though back on the back end it's tied to pigs. So we will heavily promote the game as a standalone product on these sites, but of course, to get into the game, you need pigs. It's a game where you can choose to play more passive role, earning points and building up defenses and items to defend these points, which can be cashed out for real assets, or you can choose to play a more active role and attack other players in the game, stealing their points. As I said, there are 20 plus characters, many abilities, many items which affect user abilities, XP points that can increase character skills, daily raffles to win items. The game is like the non-crypto turn-based Mafia game that was very popular in the early 2000s. I have no idea what that is. If you know, throw it down in the description or the comments. But it's a DeFi crypto play-to-earn version. I just got invited to one recently. Oh, this was off of Twitter Spaces, I think. Some of the items in the Piggy game can be bought with the points you earn and steal from other players, but there is a pay-to-win type element where some of the characters and items can be bought with our native assets. There will be items which you can buy only with drip. So that's cool that he's pairing this with drip as well. So this is a great opportunity to see what kind of promotions and stuff this will do for the ecosystem by having what sounds like a fun game and just basically making the assets, certain features of the game required with our assets. Either way, the game is very balanced, so it actually takes some strategy. It's not whoever has the most money wins. So that's cool. That gives a chance for people who don't have a lot of money to get skillful in the game and still make some income somehow. Some of the items in the Piggy game can be bought with, okay, I've spent a shitload of money on games like this. So somebody was asking him about the game and he just commented on that. So I already went over this one. Yeah, and that's it. So got this right at 15 minutes again. So that is it. That's the wrap up. That was the airdrops. So lots of updates. We will keep our fingers crossed and see what announcements we get in the next 48 hours whenever I post this video. Not sure. Hoping this is done by the end of the month. That would be awesome for everyone, I think. But we will see. The good news is he is developing and is moving forward and does have a long-term time horizon, looking for partnerships, filling the gaps on his skill sets. So you want a project developer that does, a dev that does these kinds of things. There may be other projects you can get in right now that are pumping and great opportunities, but where will they be a year from now? I don't know. But Forex has definitely proven himself and has proven that he's in this for the long haul. So I think this is really great news. So I'm looking forward to see what the future holds for the ecosystem and all of us that are with the diamond hands thus far. All right, guys, until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.